So I've got a 2004 RX8 6-speed manual. I've got it up on these ramps. However, if you don't have these ramps, you'll probably have to put the car up on stands. First thing you do, disconnect the battery. Or I reckon I'll just disconnect both terminals for now. And then you'll need to go under the car. I believe it's a 14mm socket and a 10mm socket. But yeah, I'll show you when I get underneath. Now that the battery's loosened off, you'll have to get underneath. I've got a bit of clearance here, as I said before, with the yeah, so that's it, with the ramps. See, that's a 14mm. I'll just try it with this, but I doubt it. I'm gonna probably have to use the ratchet. Yeah, I'll have to use the ratchet or the impact gun. I believe up there, that must be a 10mm. This is a 12. No, it's a 12mm. I think this here, that has to come off. That just unclips. So yeah, so basically loosen those off. They're probably going to be really tight. Loosen that off. Undo that. Obviously don't worry about loosening that. Make sure your battery's disconnected, and then swap over to the other starter motor, which I'll show you shortly. So that one's actually a 13. Yeah, that just slides off after you loosen that off, and then you just press this thing here down and it loosens itself off there. Yeah, and then loosen this off and you get this starter motor out and be able to swap it out. I just used a bit of an extension on this one. Not sure how that one's gonna go, but I reckon, yeah, I've heard people, obviously when they've got the car on stands, they might not be able to get the leverage, but yeah, if you can't do it with a bar, you might have to use an impact wrench. So yeah, I've got a impact gun on here. Just do the first one. I've loosened it off. I don't advise breaking these with an impact gun because you might break it. Hey, what's going on here? Oh, it's got a nut on the back of it. Oh, that's why. Okay. Sorry about that. Dropped the old bloody camera down. So just put a spanner on there somewhere. I didn't know it had a bolt going all the way through. Just probably hang on to it. I'm going to try to do this with the camera on my chest because I can't do it any other way. Just be careful, don't put your finger where the ratchet is, just in case. It's loose already, but just there you go. Hang on there. Okay, that's it. That's the top bolt out. Something fell on this bloody phone. Okay, now you can just slide that out. So obviously then you just need to get that bottom bolt off. I'm gonna turn the camera off because I don't want this falling on me. So I'll show you what it looks like once it's out. So that's what it looks like when it's out. That's the short bolt, obviously. Long one there. And that's the starter motor. I think that's I'm not sure what sort of starter motor that is. See if I can read anything there. Might be the original one. So that's the upgraded one there. Yeah, it looks longer. And I noticed as well that the connector pin is on that side instead of on the left side. That's not going to matter. This is obviously different here. This thing here, but it is what it is. Apparently this is a 14 tooth one. That's a 13 tooth, 2 kilowatt, 1.2 kilowatt. So should be better for the hot starts, but time will tell. So yeah, that's the new starter. I haven't tightened this top bolt or bottom bolt. It's just sitting in there. It looks all right. I'll tighten all this up, put all this back together, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Tighten that up, 13 mil. Clamp that back down. It should close like that. And then this should theoretically go onto there like that. That doesn't lock in there for some reason. I'll try turning it the other way. No, I don't want to force it. I'm just going to push it on there. And I'll monitor it. See how it goes. It should be okay. I don't think it's going to vibrate off there. Yeah, that's it pretty much, and then go connect the battery up and try your best. Time to put the battery back on. So, sort of try it. If something doesn't sound right, just take the terminal off. There we go. There's no smoke coming out of anywhere. Then you need to get your... I've got a couple of different sizes of battery terminals here. Just make sure it's on properly. Turn that around. That one there is a 10 mil. And I believe the other one is a 13 or 12. 13, that's the positive. So yeah, tighten them back. I haven't had this thing running for a while, so I'm going to check the water and stuff, and then I will get back to you. Alright, next thing left to do is, for starters, make sure it's out of gear. You don't want it jumping off the stands or ramps or whatever you've got it set up on. Turn the ignition to the on. My fan bypass is turned on at the moment, but I'm just going to leave that and we'll see if this works. What a difference. That is heaps faster. The old air pump. So yeah, that's pretty much how you change a starter motor in an RX8 Series 1. If you don't have ramps, you can use stands, something like that. Or you could just use normal ramps. But yeah, definitely helps to have that ground clearance. I would recommend after a couple of starts, maybe like a half a dozen or something, get under there and check the bolts again, make sure they're tight. If they loosen off at all, put some Loctite. If not, happy days. So I've just taken it for a pretty big run. Obviously the temperature goes through my smartphone, so I can't show you that, but it was at about 87 degrees. So what I'm going to do now is turn it off, probably leave it for a minute or two, because it never used to hot start with the other starter motor. So we'll see if that's fixed it. If it hasn't, it could still be one other thing. If not, oh well, it is what it is. So I'll turn it off right now. Alright, I'll go for a little bit of a walk around, just make out like pretend like I was filling up with fuel or something. Oh, get out. Close the gate. I'll do like 1 or 2 laps around the house. Funny enough, it doesn't start when it's hot after a couple of minutes, or after, like, for example, filling up with fuel or something like that. But I've stalled it once or twice and it's actually restarted on me. So yeah, that's my other 8 there. That's my Q45. Rare car, super rare. I'm not going to walk around the other side because my neighbour's sitting there. I don't want to get stuck talking to him right now. So yeah, filled up for, in argument's sake, $5-10 worth of fuel. Put a bit of premix in it. Had a bit of a walk around the servo, check to see if I wanted to buy anything. I don't. So I'm getting back in the car now. Will it start hot? Let's see. All right, out of gear. Beautiful, look at that. Hot start issue fixed. That is excellent. I'm so happy actually. I wasn't thinking that was going to work. So thanks for watching, guys. That's how you do a starter motor. If you want to fix a hot start problem, that's what you do. You put a stronger starter motor in it. If it still doesn't start when it's hot, it's stuffed. Needs a new engine eventually. So I think this will still last a while. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Bye.